My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system, which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California.
License 9MBK039, I believe. It's currently, you can scratch that. This is, it's currently, I want to document 9:53 p.m. And I'm documenting the people of the state that are gang stalking at Starbucks with the demons who are stalking in the parking lot. They're just sitting in the parking lot around me, keeping me under surveillance. And they're doing so on behalf of the government, okay? Whether the state is cutting them checks, but they are nonetheless interested. And this is the government that's engaged in criminal surveillance with the people of the state, through the people of the state. And so Starbucks is right now at 9:54 p.m. These employees who are gang stalking, and I remember Roxy and Anthony, those are the two that are capturing images, and everybody else that's gang stalking with them, they're going to federal prison, and they're gang stalking in this parking lot. There's an Asian male engaging in surveillance. He gets out of his car. He's opening his trunk right now. He's monitoring me, and he also knows, he's also fearful of the fact that I'm going to get his license plate, which I am, but he's engaging in a sex offense, group stalking on behalf of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, which is why he deserves deportation if he's an immigrant, and also he deserves federal prison for engaging in this prolonged surveillance on behalf of the government. This is exactly why you put them in federal prison. You want to be a part of the agency so bad that doesn't have any warrant or probable cause. You deserve to go to federal prison right along with them, because that's where any corrupt government actor group stalking me that I document, that's where you're going. So he's acting on behalf of that state, and it's worthy of federal prison. They've been sitting here for over an hour in the parking lot, just keeping their headlights on. These are demons, okay? And they're gang stalking with Starbucks, who just walked out. It's currently 9:55 p.m. So this demon just is sitting in front of his trunk with the trunk open. And group stalking with the demons behind that are keeping light activity. And they're doing so while they are aware of the fact that they're monitoring the evidence that's being created about them. That's relevant to how they're going to be punished. And you're not going to hesitate to ship immigrants like this out of the country. They are out of America. They're permanently out. Nobody's going to miss this type of psychopathic conduct in the United States. You're out of here. It's currently 9:55 p.m. This is a psychopath. Yeah, I documented them already. I documented that license plate. Yeah, I got the Starbucks employees' license plates already on the record on podcast today. They just walked out. They were gang stalking, and I already have their license plates. I gathered them earlier, but I have them in images, and they're gang stalking. And they're gang stalking with the demons that are engaging in surveillance in the parking lot. These psychopaths are just sitting in the parking lot, corporately keeping one person. That's very psychotic. And they are also obsessed. They're the ones that are stalking in bathrooms. I'm going to wait for this demon to close his trunk. This is a coward. This is a sex offender who is also inclined to engage in penetrating children, molesting them, this sort of demented mind state, this sort of violent sex offender, this sort of psychopathic stalker in the middle of the night, not having their own life, and then thinks that they're going to go back and compartmentalize their identity like they're some normal person. No, you're going to be prosecuted like the terrorist you are. And when this coward closes his trunk, I'm going to get his license plate. And this demon is listening to exactly what I'm about to do. It's currently 9:56 p.m. He's wearing a gray hoodie. Looks like Nike, perhaps. If that's a check. He's opening up his trunk and just fiddling through his phone. He's trying to cover up his license plate. While in possible light, and the demons are monitoring on AMAR. They're gang stalking together, and he's going to federal prison. Yeah, he's going to federal prison. That's what he just won. He won federal prison. It's currently P.O.C, so let me get this license plate. And the entity is gang stalking in the sky space. Let me get this. I have perpendicular shadows. That amplification is the impunity of an entity. 9FWK095 is going to federal prison. 6 U.S.M 303. aiming light on me and has been doing so for over an hour. This is a psychopath, this is a sex offender, and this is a stalker. And this is what the corrupt government actors are relying on to keep you under surveillance. This is P.O.C. This is some weird stalker aiming their headlights in my direction. License 9GU-L241 is also going to federal prison. It's currently, again, 9:57 p.m. This is P.O.C. That amplification, understand how that is impunity that terrorists like to communicate. When you want to communicate impunity, you're communicating a desire to go to federal prison. And that's where any demon-possessed, gang-stalking sex offender deserves. That's where you're going. P.O.C. And the employees of Starbucks are gang stalking with the likes of that. That's what's going in and driving, buying coffee drinks to gang stalk together, doing so under the guise of a company name. That's what's going to result in the prosecution of Starbucks, the company. They're doing so while they are monitoring evidence corporately. The employees walk out, and I just want to make sure that I documented that. And these demons have been sitting, this is psychotic. They're sitting around in the parking lot. They're not concerned with the free Wi-Fi. They're in the specific environment. This is where the fake sun remained. This is where the entity stalked in helicopter. Their entities engaging in what is amplified audible activity. You are aware of the impossible light activity that occurs inside of places like Starbucks. They are stalking a woman in the middle of the night. These are two males in those license plates that I recalled. They're both going to federal prison. This is P.O.C. It's currently 9:59 p.m. That's the consequence for this level of impunity, for disregarding. You think that you're going to hunt somebody down like they're an animal. You think you're going to do that in the face of the federal government. You are delusional. Those are the immigrants those that are immigrants engaging in that. You're going to federal prison and you're going to be deported. And those that are homegrown sex offending gang stalkers are going to federal prison. This is exactly what the government is encouraging in the state of California. Okay. It is currently, again, 9:59 p.m. Those third parties specifically, I want to document this. I'm going to isolate this with regard to part 2 of the podcast. Okay. Because the entity is so heavily documenting, monitoring the evidence, I'm going to isolate this because they're going to federal prison. These license plates that I just read right now, this is going to be under what is a part 2. And I'm also going to emphasize federal prison for the people of the state, the license plates that I just recited. It's 9:59 p.m. on Thursday, November 21st, 2024. This is P.O.C. at Starbucks at 20701 Amar Road in Walnut, California. P.O.C.